wanted to organize this because it was just time to speak up. And in Linden, it's really scary to come out like this because there's a lot of people in Linden that don't like that. Well, we just have been feeling like we need to let our voices be heard as United Methodists, and we are just for justice. We want justice for everybody.
We need to be having conversations with respect and humanizing people, and not letting, money or power or whatever get in the way of our community.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting a lot of support today, and we're kind of concentrating on immigrant rights and how they're treating people when they arrest them, and they're using an unusually cruel method of arresting these people. They don't need to be doing that. In fact, it would be cheaper for the United States to provide a way forward for them to get documented legally than it is for them to incarcerate them. But the detention centers are for profit. So the detention centers have a vested interest in getting people detained, arrested and detained. I don't think that's right.
If you're going to be arrested, you get processed like anybody else. You go, you don't get thrown in a detention center for 3 months, or you don't get shipped off in the middle of the night to El Salvador. Most of us, when we get arrested, we get processed, and then we get released, and we have a court date. And that's what I want for the immigrants.
All people are sacred worth, no matter about their immigration status, age,
And I have
gender,
sweet and salty
anything.
too, if anybody's hungry.
So that's why I'm out here, to promote justice for all and not just justice for the rich.
If people need to be arrested, they need to be arrested, but not thrown down on the ground, not separating mothers from their children, not separating fathers from their families. There's got to be a way to do it without being so cruel.
I think the main thing is seeing people as people and not obstacles that need to be overcome or as issues, right? Just acknowledging that everybody is a person with different experiences, and whether or not you think those experiences are valid or you agree with their beliefs or their views, we're all still people, and we all have to figure out how to get along eventually.
Sometimes I can realize, no matter what, a government will never be. Oh my God! Always going to be. I'm not physically assaulting as a government. I just don't want a man just in a woman's locker room with fucking little children. Do you know how disgusting it is having a man be in a locker room with little girls? You want your daughter to be in a locker room with little girls? You should be ashamed. What you guys are doing is disgusting. You want full-grown men. You want full-grown men competing with little girls. You want full-grown men competing.
We're not competing with
Trans rights are human rights. Like, there's nobody saying that they're not.
people.
Huh? Yeah, they're people, but a lot of the things that they're given, they shouldn't be fucking given, and that's what I'm gonna say. So these trans people.
Bye. Because he wasn't given the same thing.
I just think there's some people that you can't say anything to. Like those boys that came up to. There's nothing you could have said to them that was going to get them to change their mind.
She has to take that every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine somebody knowing that somebody could yell at me that way with that horrible language.
I don't remember.
We had a guy come up and basically said that because if you have money, it's okay not to be compassionate. And that made it worth coming out today.
We had a guy come in here just a little while ago. He was upset about money that the government might be spending on those the people, the undocumented people. And we said, so for you, it's all about the money. He goes, yeah, it's all about the money. I'm thinking, you know what, we're better than that. I mean, you know, my dad came as an immigrant. I mean, that's what the United States is all about. Provide a way forward for those people instead of throwing them on the pavement, handcuffing them, and hauling them away.
I do have hope that many of the people who were so set against the Democrats and thought Donald Trump was their answer, that they're seeing that he's not the answer to their problems.
Well, you know what? It's hard now because things are so divisive. And I think that the internet has really helped foment a lot of misinformation and a lot of fear mongering. And I don't know how to get around that. I think that that's something that didn't exist 50 years ago when the Vietnam protests were happening. And now it's like it's like this disease that is really screwing people up. I don't know how to get around that, except for me with my neighbors. I find what we have in common. I don't concentrate on what we have and different. And I have a lot of differences with my neighbors, but we get along really well. I like them a lot. And we just find what we have in common. I wish America would do that.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like teaching. You have all these students who love you, and you have that one guy egg that doesn't love you, and it's this one guy over here that you stew and fret over. So like today, we had a lot more positives than negatives, but here we are stewing and fretting over those three boys.
It's the same as flying a rainbow flag at the church. I mean, that kid going to high school that feels alienated and alone because they're differently gendered or they feel like they don't fit in. If they saw a rainbow flag on our church, they would be encouraged. They would get strength from that. And I just keep harping at that. I'm like a broken record, and I know that as soon as we put a rainbow flag up at the church, we're going to lose some more members. Well, I'm ready for that, to be honest with you.
Getting people to just step out of their comfort zone and stand up for what they think is right for our country.
I just want justice. I want everybody to be treated with justice.
We agree to talk about it, then we're on the road to building it.
Because this is our right as Americans, and we need to just get the word out, even if we start small. This is actually pretty uncomfortable for me. I don't particularly like standing out here doing this, but I felt it was important.
We used to be a nation where we could talk about things, we could debate it. Now it's so divisive, they just tell you to F off. You know what? That's not good. We're better than that.
I guess I was really encouraged because Linden is such a conservative city. I was really encouraged that we did get so many honks and thumbs up, that people can say, yes, justice is good. As our sign said, justice. We just want justice.
If you are able to find even a sliver of common ground, I think it's really important to focus on that and try to build bridges using what commonalities you have. You might not get on the same page, but maybe you can get into the same chapter or the same book.
I would just remind them that everybody in the United States deserves justice. Our Constitution says liberty and justice for all. So let's do it legally, let's do it fairly, and move on from there.
You take the long road, I take the steep. Different burdens, same lack of sleep. We're building bridges out of pain, trading silence for a name. Different hearts with a common beat, marching tight but on our feet. We don't have to look the same to carry hope through wind and flame. Side by side, against the cold, we are strangers with a common goal. Oh, we are strangers with a common goal.